cutie. What you doing? Say hi. Hey guys, so today I am back with part 2 of my skincare regimen and products video series. This should be the last video in the series, so I guess it's a two-parter. If you have not seen the first part, I will go ahead and put that in a card above, and you can go watch that video and then come back to this one so that you are all caught up and you know where we're at today. But today I'm going to be talking about my masks that I have. Now I have 5 full-size masks with me and 3 trial-sized. I'm going to talk about all of them, but really I'm going to focus on the 5 full-size masks because obviously I paid money for the full-size versions, whereas with the trials, I'm still just trying them out. Keeping in line with my last skincare video, I don't have on any face makeup today, just my mascara and some lip gloss, but just wanted to throw that out there so you guys know this is my raw, untouched skin. Of course, it looks different to you guys than it does to me because the camera does really good things for my skin, actually. But without further ado, here we go. So the first mask that I'm going to talk about today is the classic, oh so classic, Queen Helene Mint Julep Mask. This mask has been talked about on YouTube since I started watching YouTube videos like a decade ago. Okay, like 8-9 years ago. Close enough to a decade, but this mask is the #1 go-to mask for YouTubers, I'm pretty sure. I have gone through, I think, 3 or 4 bottles of this since probably 2012 was when I got my first bottle. There's so many videos about this online, I don't really need to spend much time talking about it, but it's just a minty smell. I'm not a big fan of mint smells, actually, because they tend to make me sick, but this one I can handle. It is really heavy on your skin, but it does have that fresh minty smell. It's the kind of heavy on your skin where it feels like it's doing something. You see, you really have to put a lot of pressure to get any out of the bottle, but it's really soft and easy to use and like meld to your skin. The mask is supposed to get rid of blackheads, but I don't think that it really does that, at least for me, but it does dramatically decrease the size of my pores. I've always been impressed with the way that it does that because I tend to have incredibly large pores. I think it's part of the reason why my acne is so bad. And this really does close that off. It really restricts those skin cells and just makes them closer together, makes them friendlier with each other. There's really not much else to be said about this mask. I probably use this mask the most frequently overall of all of the masks that I have. Currently, I haven't really used that this much in recent history, but when you have as many masks as I do, sometimes you have to pick and choose, and right now this one's kind of not in my top list, but overall over the years this has been my #1 go-to mask. Next mask is the Freeman Chocolate and Strawberry Mask. This mask moisturizes so well. I find that a lot of masks really do dry out your skin in the process of closing pores and declogging things, but this one I just really enjoy that it actually does moisturize my skin. And like I said in my last video, I have oily skin, but it's sensitive and it dries out easily. So that does mean that every time I use a mask, I kind of have to follow that up with a moisturizer because otherwise my skin just gets kind of dried out. When it comes to this mask, it does the exact opposite. It moisturizes my skin so well, and in the process, I get to smell the most amazing mask smell ever. I don't know how well you can see this. It kind of blends in with my skin by the time it dries, which I think is really funny because it actually makes my skin look darker. This is like a really light, airy, whipped mask. It feels so cool and it smells so good. It's kind of a fake chocolate smell, but more than anything, it just smells like legit straight chocolate. There's not really much of a strawberry scent to it, but it is so amazing. I love this product. This product is worth purchasing for the smell of it alone, but the fact that it doesn't dry out my skin makes it 2 times more worth it. I think this is probably in my top 3 of all of my masks, and actually I can pick out my top 3 masks just right now looking at them. This is probably #2 overall on the list. So the next mask is also another Freeman mask. Most of my masks that I have are the Freeman ones, but I feel like in general, drugstore, Walmart, Target kind of things, these are the masks that you find the most. But this is the Charcoal and Black Sugar, I'm dropping it. This is the Charcoal and Black Sugar Polishing Mask, and this is my favorite exfoliator that I have. And this includes just regular skincare products that I have. I love the way that this smells and the way that it feels. It's very hard to open and close the bottle properly. Like, you have to do some mega force to get it to close all the way. And I think that's because the sugar clogs it up. Actually, this doesn't smell the way I remember it, and I just used this like last week. It does smell pretty good. It kind of has a charcoaly undertone to it, but for the most part it just kind of smells like sugar. And there's another scent in there, but I can't really figure out what it is. But anyways, this is by far my favorite exfoliator, and I think part of that is because when you put it on your face, the thing that is exfoliating is the sugar. Like, it doesn't feel like there's chemicals that are peeling off your skin. It's just that actual rubbing action that you get when you're putting the mask on. There we go. This mask is seriously essentially just charcoal and sugar. Ooh, it is super sugary. You could probably eat this and not die because, you know, you might have to throw up because of the charcoal. But yeah, I can't even explain it. It's a really messy mask. As you see, it's kind of all over me already and I haven't even done anything. I regret doing this. And even though this is exfoliating your skin, it doesn't really dry it out. And I think part of that is the charcoal. It's cleaning it out. It just really gets into those pores and just scrapes all the gunk out of it. And I do normally use a moisturizer after this anyways because I'm exfoliating my skin, but I do feel like this is a pretty neutral, like, level exfoliator in that it doesn't tear your skin off. Also, along the lines with this being messy, I didn't even think about it until right now as I'm wiping this off. This mask stays everywhere. The sugar granules do not just disappear, they don't just melt. The sugar will just stay and stay and stay. And I even put this a little bit on my jawline, and when I take it off, I end up with sugar way down here and even on my chest sometimes, and I don't really know how it gets there because I don't leave it on that long and I don't, like, rub it into those areas, but it ends up there. So that is kind of a negative to this. It's not very clean. It's the fastest mask that I have because I rub it into my skin for about 2 to 3 minutes and then I only leave it on for about 2 to 3 minutes. So it doesn't take all the time that you have to wait for it to dry normally because this doesn't really dry up on your skin. It's more just for exfoliating and then taking off. I know it's labeled as a mask. I don't find it that effective to leave it on for very long. There's gonna be sugar on me for days. It's all over my leg. The next mask is also an exfoliating mask, and this is an old one. This is a Live Botanicals exfoliator. I believe Avon makes this product, or they did at one point. This says Revitalizing Facial Scrub, and this is more of a deep exfoliator. This is the one that smells more like chemicals. I'm not going to squeeze it because I think it's going to attack me. It doesn't really have much of a scent at all, actually, but if I were to gauge a scent, it would be chemicals. And when I say this is an old product, I mean probably 2010 old. Which means it's most likely expired and I probably should have thrown it away a long time ago. This is a product that I only use maybe twice a year, and possibly it's because it's so old. This was like the first exfoliating mask that I really owned. I mean, in 2010 I was 13 years old, so I didn't really need to exfoliate much. I had already gotten acne, but even then it wasn't anything like what it is now and what it's been in the past. But there's not really much that I can say about it other than it's a deep exfoliator. You could find one that exfoliates just as well at your drugstore. There's no need to go find an Avon consultant to buy this. They probably don't even sell it anymore. The next mask that I'm going to talk about is one that I'm not going to talk about for long because I already have covered this in a favorites video that I will put in a card above. So just real quick, this mask smells like chemicals. It does not smell very well. Oh, I should tell you what it is. This is the Freeman Cucumber Peel Off Mask, and like I said in my favorites video, it smells like chemical cucumber. It's not a very good scent, but it is sticky and so fun to peel off when it dries. It really does work. I feel like this is my third favorite. So my first one is the Queen Helene Mint Julep, and then we have the Chocolate Clay Mask, and then this one is number 3. This is a great mask. I love it. The smell is something that's really easy to get over. I really do feel like it minimizes the size of my pores. It doesn't pull out blackheads as you pull it off. It's not a miracle product like that, but overall this is a really enjoyable mask. Now I have my 3 trial sized. As you can see, they're all sharing a little baggie. I don't have much to say about these because honestly I haven't used any of them since school. So back in May would have been the last time I used any of them, but I will talk about them briefly. There's no smell in the bag. So the first one is this Dead Sea Minerals Anti-Stress Mask, and I cannot wait to buy the full size of this. I have not been able to find the full size, which is why I don't have it yet, but this mask is absolutely amazing. So With this mask, it's got two things going for it. One, it's my favorite color, and two, it's amazing. And I love the fact that it is my favorite color. I think it's so cool that my face gets to be my favorite color for a period of time. It looks like the top of this kind of dried together, so I can't, there we go. You can see the color on my finger up there. I haven't, like I said, I haven't used it yet this summer, but this mask kind of smells like, it kind of smells like the ocean, but not in like a fishy way. Oh, I love it. Ooh, I dropped it. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, it smells like the beach is actually what it smells like, and I wish that I had the full size of this product. It is supposed to clear pores and smooth skin. I can't honestly speak to if I think it does that because I have not used it since May, but I've known the whole time that I wanted the full size of this, so it must do a good job. The next one is the avocado and oatmeal clay mask, and this one is not one that I want to. My camera stopped recording and I don't know how much of this I got, but this is the Sparkling Pear Pore Cleansing Mask, and I totally want the full sized. It's whipped and creamy, and it is for oily skin. It's supposed to wipe out pores, and I don't remember specifically if I felt that way after using it, because like I said, I haven't used these since May at the, most recently possibly, but it's just this light, beautiful green color. I still have it on my finger a little bit. And this is totally a product that I recommend for anybody with oily skin. I, again, have not been able to find the full size of this. You can bet that when I do, I am gonna buy it. Well, that's all I have for you guys today on this second part of my skincare routine. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would love for you to do that. Also, make sure to subscribe so that my videos will be sent straight to your feed and you don't have to come hunting for me every time. And if you have any comments, questions, or requests, leave those in the comments below. You can also find my Twitter handle in the down bar, and yeah. So that's all I have for you guys today, but until the next time I see ya. How much of this I got, honestly. Oops, wrong one. Return to your little dungeon. Oops. I am just dropping everything. Okay, so, ooh, that was too much excitement. Okay, so that is, no. This is the no. Also, please, no. Also, feel free to subscribe. I would, no. On this second part, why am I, peace. Okay. We'll put a card, lip products. Why do I keep calling them products? When it comes to this mask, it does the exact, I can't talk today. There's not really anywhere for me to wipe this off. That was smart. That doesn't make any sense at all. Whoa. Excuse me. That was intense. And then what do we have next, folks?